There it goes.
51-13.
All right. And we're streaming. We're live. We're live on Facebook. We're good to go there. And we're going to tweet it out. Elliot, for those of you that want to know, Elliot's had a rough 2 weeks, so we're probably going to do a short and sweet show. And there's no John. Kenny says he'll be here as soon as he can. I don't know how long it's going to be. But we're going to do a quick show anyway because we like doing this crap. So I am the sports nerd. My buddy Elliot Big E Lamba, fresh off his trip to Arizona to see his son get married. Lost his phone on the way back and some other items, and he's been sick this week, so he's not up to being in front of the computer. He can't get into anything because
of the loss of my phone.
Because of the loss of his phone, so he can't get into anything because his stuff can't get reset without his
phone number. For everyone that's ever said that losing your phone is not a big deal,
it's a big deal. It's a huge freaking deal.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's a huge freaking deal.
It is, man. My life is on a standstill right now, dude.
Yes.
I got bills I can't get in to pay. I have to call the company to tell, hey, as soon as I get into my email.
Right. Exactly. Who we got watching? Katie. Hey, Katie.
And nobody's willing to change anything.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's willing to change anything.
No.
Facebook won't reset shit. Nobody's resetting nothing.
Nope.
And you call Microsoft, that's a joke too.
Well, yes, of course it is. I'm going to make this public. But yeah, we might be just doing a short and sweet show. I'm going to pick up and just start my rant right away, Elliot.
Oh, God.
But first, before I do that, I just want to say, how about them Yankees?
How about them? How about them?
What happened in the ALCS, man?
Well, we couldn't beat Garrett Cole.
Right.
We blew game 2.
Yes.
Okay. And I think one of the biggest losses was that fucking wife beater, Domingo Germán.
Yeah.
Because he was one of our fucking solid pitchers, man.
Yeah.
We didn't have him in the rotation. So, oh well. It is what it is. And, I mean, the Yankees had a great season, but they need to get rid of Giancarlo Stanton and move on from that project.
They'll be back next year. They'll be in it next year.
I don't think he will. They got too many good outfielders, too many good young
No, I'm talking about the Yankees will be in it next year. Not just
Oh, yeah, they'll be in it every year. Dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's a perennial. Only thing is they didn't win a championship this decade. Second time in history.
Yeah, last time was in the 20s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, it was a tough series for the Yankees. You thought the Nationals were going to come out and just sweep the freaking Astros the way they played the
Come on, man. They beat Verlander and Cole.
Yeah, I mean.
But they can't touch Greinke and Upakuri or whatever.
I know, right? I mean, the Nationals came out swinging and won the first 2 games. You think, okay, this is going to be a quick series. No.
Oh, dude, I need to share a video with you. Somebody was going around interviewing Yankee fans and asking them what they'd like to say to congratulate the Astros.
Oh, no.
This was on the streets of New York, dude.
Oh, my God.
A lady came up and goes, fuck the Astros.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, you'll have to send that to me. I'll look at it off here.
I'm going to send it to you. That shit is crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'll look at it on the show.
I was like, you don't go ask New Yorkers to congratulate another team. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know what they're going to tell you. And the Astros got their own fucking problems. They're a villain right now because of all that domestic woman shit.
Yeah, I mean, they got more off-the-field problems right now than any team in the league right now, especially after the comments that assistant GM made after the end of the ALCS.
Well, he got fired, so.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and the GM has since written up an apology to the reporter who's reporting he trashed. So he's that.
They tried to ruin her career, man.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
To cover up a lie.
Yeah.
That sounds like Trump administration shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's hardcore crap right there.
You know.
So.
And then one of the, I mean, you know what?
Oh crap! Landry's hurt. Jesus God.
And you know, remember what they used to call those plays when something crazy happened back in the old days, they used to have reels on it, the bloopers.
Yes.
Your two teams had the biggest bloopers of the day, man. Tampa on that freaking run.
Where the same team player tackled the running back after he gets the handoff.
Because he did the motion late.
Right, because he came in late on the motion, and then Baker just underhands it right to the Patriots.
Did you see that too? Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is he
doing? Just here, take this and go.
Those are going to be definitely not top 10 plays.
Yeah, Katie wants to know if we saw the article where the Nats are practicing a trophy ceremony. Yes, Katie, that was really stupid of them to do that.
Yeah, you don't practice nothing ahead of time. You know what I mean? The guys have a certain funkiness about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't take too kindly to that kind of shit.
Baseball is a superstitious game. There's full of guys. It's.
If Houston found out about that, then that just fueled a fire in them that they might not be able to put out.
Yeah, but Baker made a boneheaded play. I mean, that was supposed to go to Landry, but the D lineman rushed and broke through the.
But it never touched Landry. It went right into the guy's breast.
Right, but Landry was coming that way, but the guy came through and got in front of him before we get to it.
But that fucking play where the guy got tackled by his own wide receiver.
The thing is, the Bucks had 2 minutes to win that game, and they couldn't.
And they got robbed too.
Yeah, they
did. That ball was fumbled, and
yes,
they returned it for a touchdown.
Yes, it was. They got robbed by a early whistle.
A lame referee whistle.
You know,
that play should have been reviewed. I don't give a shit if the referee blew the whistle.
But the thing of it is, the rules state you can't review it if they blew the whistle. The problem is, let the play work itself through and then look at it.
Before you blow the whistle.
Yes.
Because he instantaneously fumbled that ball.
Yes.
Once he got hit, he lost it.
Yeah, that should have been a run back for a touchdown. The Bucs should have won that game today.
Yeah.
And the Browns gave up 17 points on turnovers today. So I mean, they're still losing. They still give up two other touchdowns, but that's okay.
I knew they
were going to win this game.
Jameis Winston keeps throwing them interceptions, man.
None of the picks.
That's
picks
8 in 2 games.
Right, but none of the picks he threw today were his fault. Either the
well, he threw one. The guy was wide open.
Yeah, either the receiver ran the wrong route, didn't break when he was supposed to break, or something freaky happened. It was bad altogether.
So is that a coaching problem?
He threw one at the end of the game he shouldn't have thrown. But for the most part, the interceptions today weren't his fault. He's so indecisive and so gun-shy. He doesn't trust his receivers, and until the second half when he was throwing it to Evans. Actually, the last drive of the first half when he threw it to Evans after that big play at the end of the half, that's when he started getting more confidence. But it just couldn't do it.
Evans had himself a game today.
Yes, he did.
He made Chris Godwin fans mad today. Godwin owners were pissed. This is the same Michael Evans that scored 0 points a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Go figure.
There he is. Hello, Mr. Olson.
Is John with us?
How are you, John?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there, buddy.
I'm sure he's got a major rant. I'm sure he's got a major Buffalo rant to unload.
No, man. No, I'm good, man. No Buffalo rant at all.
Man.
Although he did mention he was thinking about starting drinking again because of what happened today, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, that's good enough reason as any, right?
How are you doing?
Yeah, you know.
No, I don't. Tell me.
I'm doing whatever, man.
It's gonna be.
What's on your mind?
Nothing, man. Just here. Yeah, man. I'm in Call of Duty mode, so I'm not really in sports mode right now.
I got you. Okay.
What, the new Call of Duty come out?
Yeah, it came out last week. So.
How is it? You like it?
Oh, yeah, it's freaking great. Yeah, man. It's delicious.
Hey, here's some good news for you. Golden State's 0-2.
Yeah, well, knew that was going to happen. It's like, see how Steve Kerr does now. He doesn't have all the magical freaking pieces. So
Right.
Look how good they are now.
And you see what Kawhi did to LeBron and AD and all them motherfuckers the other night.
Oh yeah. Kawhi's the best, man. I hate the guy, but he's the fucking best. I'm gonna start pressing record here, man.
Yeah, let me get you. Hang on. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? You giving up on New Balance socks?
Breaking news.
51 to 13.
I don't have to buy New Balance sneakers anymore. Thank God.
Oh, okay.
Kawhi's not here in Toronto, so we're good. We're okay.
He looked good against them Lakers the other night.
Yeah, I mean, it's a love-hate relationship I have with him. He's still the best player in the league. I mean, he didn't bail on Toronto. Let's say he did what he was supposed to do. He got a championship.
Look, he made history for Toronto.
He came in on a 1-year contract, fulfilled that contract, and he moved on.
That's it. He got his ring. You can't fault the guy for going home. I just wish it would have been really cool to see them try to repeat, man. And they could have. The East is not. Everybody's all gaga about Philly. Whatever, man. Everybody's gaga over Brooklyn. Whatever, man. Yeah. We're good. We're fine.
I got no gaga for the Knicks, yo.
No gaga for the Knicks. RJ Barrett's the truth.
Except RJ Barrett is killing shit, yo.
RJ Barrett's the truth, man. Cheers to Toronto.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Mr. Costello, how are you tonight, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good, sir.
Yeah, just let me know when the baseball talk starts so I can
actually, Elliot and I are already talking about World Series.
We already had that talk.
We already had that talk, yeah.
Good.
I figured we get it out the way before you showed up.
Yeah, before the whining bastard gets on that I am.
4th and 16 and Baker gets stacked.
Okay, I guess I'll rant a little.
Go ahead.
So the offensive coordinator, this seems to be a recurring theme with the Buffalo Bills. And this is the unpopular opinion. Our defense might not be elite. The other unpopular opinion is Josh Allen might not be that great. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to put pieces around him and have play calls around him that play to his strengths. The offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll of the Buffalo Bills, is inept. He's kind of it's complete opposite of the Browns. The Browns have all the tools in the world, can't figure it out, right?
Right.
The Bills have one tool, two tools. Let's say 2 or maybe 3. I mean, it's not they have a bunch of mediocre guys other than Frank Gore, who's but he's 36, right?
Yeah.
So they don't play to those strengths. You saw what happened today when they played to the Singletary strength. They got a touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw what happened when they played for the little slot receiving Cole Beasley. They got a touchdown.
I saw that touchdown. It was nice. It was nice.
But when 3rd and 23, and you draw up a freaking like a running back play that's 23 yards, man. Why weren't you doing that on 1st and 2nd down?
Yeah.
It's basic stuff, and for some reason, us sideline fans who do not get paid for play calling seem to have it figured out. But this guy, who's Mr. What was he, Roll Tide? He won something with Alabama or something, and then he was under Belichick. He's useless. He's absolute. But this is a recurring theme. Our defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, he's cool. Today was kind of a blip in the radar. I don't think our defense is as good as people say it is, but I don't think it's as bad as it was today. That being said, Buffalo's offense is awful. And trade deadline, it's time to go out and make some moves, man. You need playmakers. You need guys that will play to the strength of Josh Allen's ineptitude to be able to throw the ball 10 yards.
You need some New England Patriots.
Yeah, you need some New England Patriots. Yeah.
Well, just as an observer, the last 10 minutes was like they were less than interested in playing. I mean, they were so far behind, it probably was a moot point. But that the Eagles, they made the Eagles look a lot better than they really are.
Yes, they did.
Oh, yeah, they did.
So
they did.
That score was flattering to the Eagles. They are not that good.
Although that kid Michael Sanders is that good.
Right, he's
I'll
good.
Give you that. I'll give
He's
you
going to
that.
be good. But see, this is the problem. This was the problem. If you guys watched the game, it was 2 minutes and 23 seconds before the half. Buffalo has the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They have the chance to run this thing down, maybe get a field goal. They were up 7-3. It would have been 10-3 or maybe 14-3, whatever.
Yeah.
3rd and 2. It was like a quarterback draw or something. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this is, I was reading Twitter, and they're like, they're more confident in Josh Allen's legs than his arm.
Yeah,
and that's
obviously.
a problem. Especially 3rd
That
and
is a
2.
big problem.
3rd and 2.
I
Not
mean,
3rd and 8.
I mean,
Not 3rd and
drop him back and throw a screen to Gore and let him get 5 or 10 yards.
2 yards, bro.
Yeah, I mean
2 yards. What?
If Frank Gore can't get 2 yards on a screen pass, there's something wrong.
Babe, you okay?
Yeah, that means nobody was blocking.
Yeah.
No, it was horrible,
true.
man. It was free. But see, it's one of those games that's extremely frustrating. But as a fan, I'm almost glad they lost because it will make management go, you know what? We might have been 5-1. Now we're 5-2. Maybe we're not as good as we thought. It's time to go make some moves. Trade deadline is Tuesday. I'm crossing the fingers that they go out. Babe, what's going on with him? Hold on a second. My kid is bawling his eyes out right here.
All right. One thing I want to mention is they're saying that this is going to be one of the most active trade deadlines on record in recent years. So it looks like the trade is coming back to the NFL. I mean, look at all the trades we had in the offseason and trades we had during the season. I mean, we just had two big trades this past week to San Francisco and New England. Okay, Sanders to San Francisco.
That's just what we needed.
Mohamed Sanu to New England. I mean, those are big trades.
Is it just me, or does it sound like the Broncos are having a fire sale already?
They're done. I mean, Flacco went off on the coaching staff after the game today too, in his press conference. So, it's just.
I have to wonder how much longer they're going to keep Elway around.
Sorry.
Everything okay, John?
Yeah, he's just bawling. He's like right here, and he's like on the stairs crying. I'm like, what the? He's
just being a nudge.
Yeah.
He's a new Buffalo Bills fan, so.
By the way, the baby looked adorable in that hat. By the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, he did. He looked adorable in that hat.
Yeah.
I want to welcome Drew Brees back to the NFL. Any doubts about his thumb being bad?
He had a good game.
He had a monster game today.
He did.
He had a monster game today. Thank you for those fantasy points. And he's one of the reasons why I'm beating the shit out of Brett in fantasy today. Oh, hi, Brett. How you doing? It's good to see you, buddy.
That was a bit of a risky move, too, isn't it? Because if for any reason that thumb isn't healthy and they come after it.
Right. But you know what? He made the statement that, could I have waited until after the bye to come back and play? Yes, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I love the game. I want to play. That's why he
He's
came
a competitor.
back.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the way it is, man. Plus, he makes the most money.
Yeah. And Mike's and his buddy Michael, whatever. What's Michael Smith? No, not Smith. It's Mike. Oh, what the hell's that kid's name? His receiver had a monster.
Thomas.
Michael Thomas. Yes, he had a monster game today. And my running back had a great.
Cooper Kupp had a monster game today.
Yes, he did. The Rams, they didn't win by a lot, but Cooper had a fantastic game.
220 yards.
Yeah.
Man. And you know what? They pretty much shut him down like in the third quarter because he didn't score after that.
Right.
That sounds like a tournament.
And because they were down, man, Latavius Murray went off today too.
Oh yeah.
Because
he filled in for the crying Alvin Kamara owner.
Yeah.
Alvin
Kamara was out today.
That was actually my son.
Oops.
Was he injured last week?
Yeah, I think so. And Murray pulled off 102 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
55 in the air, 2 touchdowns, one kept rushing, one catching.
He had like 30
almost 37 points.
37?
Almost 37, yeah. I mean, Breeze had Breeze threw for 373 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oops.
So much for rust, right?
Hey, Scooter, can you raise your right arm right quick?
My right arm?
Yeah. You look like, I mean, the other side looks like you were bleeding a minute ago. You're scratched or something.
I'm scratched on my arm. Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay.
That dude, Scratch, that looks like you're bleeding to death right now. What the hell's
Oh,
wrong with you?
no.
I saw that a minute ago. I go,
You
whoa.
look like you were
whoa.
a zombie victim or some
No, I'm
shit.
it's just a scratch.
Just a scratch.
I picked a scab, and it ran down my arm.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it ran down my arm. And it
That's
really
just
big
the
too.
bullet hole. No big deal.
Yeah, so I just got shot. It's no big deal.
Jesus, that's embarrassing.
Just a flesh wound.
Brett wants to know if Matt Moore has a chance in hell to help KC, or will he hurt him more tonight against the Packers?
Where are they at?
They're in Kansas City.
I'm not
I don't
even
know,
kidding.
man.
I haven't
Matt
even
Moore
filled
did
out-
okay in relief of Mahomes last week, so I don't know that he can play a whole
Who
game.
did they
like
play
he
last
did.
week?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. They won.
Who did they play last week?
Kansas City.
Oh, it was
Yeah, who did they play?
I don't remember.
who did they play?
Who did he get hurt against?
Oh, I don't remember who it was.
It was
I hope it was a good team. I hope it wasn't some slug team.
Was it the
Wasn't Denver.
Broncos? No,
That
it
would
wasn't
be
the Bron-
wrong.
No, it wasn't the Broncos.
That'd be criminal.
oh,
See,
I'm blank.
all better.
Okay.
You okay now? You're not dead?
That's
Am I
good,
dead?
Raj.
As Katie said,
Hey,
"'Tis but a flesh wound."
Oh, it was Houston.
Oh, it was
Is my-
Houston, right?
hey,
Houston.
is Miami about to become the first football team ever to be undefeated and winless?
Yes. Yes. 17-0 to 0-16.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Do you guys realize that we could have two 0-16 teams this year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the Bengals are
Bengals
awful.
and the Dolphins both are
Bengals and
really,
Dolphins.
really bad.
The Bungles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bungles, they're all back to their old good old self.
that is sad.
Well, Katie, the Packers D are lucky they don't have to face Mahomes, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if they'll come back down to earth or not, but
I don't know, man. I think Mahomes has been brought back down to earth a little bit.
no, we're talking about the Packers D. She thinks the Packers D are going to be.
I'm just saying, I think they would have stood the challenge of Mahomes tonight.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, in recent weeks, Mahomes has looked human.
He hasn't looked,
Yeah.
he hasn't looked like
He's
he did last year.
more and more human all the time.
The league is catching up with him.
He's getting good.
Yes, I think they
You
are.
got to remember, there's still tapes.
Right?
That was like Baker Mayfield. He blasted shit last season.
Is
Everybody
that
got
game
to see
over
his
yet?
tape.
No, it started 4:25. It's got about 2.5
That game,
minutes left.
hey, that game was over when they put it on the schedule.
Game
Dude.
you want.
I'm watching the Browns game, of course, kidding.
Oh,
Browns Patriots. It's 27-14, 27-10 right now, and they're about to get a field goal. The Browns are. So they make it 27-13.
oh.
But there's only
I
2.5
got,
minutes
Raiders
left to play.
in Houston. I got Raiders in Houston on
Yeah.
over here.
I turned off Red Zone. I put it on the game itself today because they didn't care. I wanted to see what the Browns looked like against the champs. And to be honest, outside of the 3 turnovers in the first half, the Browns for a little while actually went toe to toe with the Patriots and pretty much dominated the line of scrimmage for a lot of that first half and part of the second half. But the mistakes, what's getting in Cleveland's way is mistakes. They're shooting themselves in the foot, hence the underhanded interception they threw. Chubb ran off.
And then Chubb fumbled twice.
Chubb fumbled twice. The first time one of his linemen actually kicked the ball out of his arms. And the second one, he was at the 10-yard line,
ball
getting ready to go
punched
into
out of his arm.
And the second fumble, he was ready to score because he was running off. He ran off like a 50-yard run, and at the end of that run, he got the ball knocked out of his arms. And they're just stabbing. They're shooting themselves in the foot with mistakes and penalties. My God, the penalties! It's
It all comes down to what John said. They have all the tools. They just don't know how to put them
and that's
together.
exactly that's a perfect way to say it. They have all the
That's
tools.
what I said at the beginning
They
of the
just
year,
do-
and that's what Elliott said too. They look great on paper.
And that's what I said at the
Execution
beginning of the year too.
Paper.
That's exactly what I said at the beginning
Baker
of the year.
Mayfield.
Paper
yeah.
doesn't always transfer to the field.
No, and it doesn't. And I was not on board. I wanted to see it on the field. And I didn't care what it said on paper. I wanted to see it live on the field, and I'm not impressed.
You're just as disgusted as you've been the last 50 years, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And there has not been a team since the Packers in the 1960s that will make you pay for every mistake and every penalty you suffer like the New England Patriots.
Correct.
Yeah, their defense is pretty good, man.
Like New England.
Yeah.
You almost have to
Has
play the
been for a
perfect
while.
football game to be so good.
Yes.
Are they on the Niners schedule this year?
They already played the Niners and lost.
No, I didn't.
No, the
Oh, you're talking
Patriots.
about the
No, they're not.
Browns.
No, they're
You're
not
talking
playing the
about
Patriots. No, they're not playing the
They're
Niners.
not playing the Patriots. That's not an
Lucky
AFC.
for the Patriots, because Niners is whooping everybody's ass right now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, the
George
Niners
Kittle's is having a
are
great
the
old
real
time.
deal
51 points today
against
Yeah.
against a pretty good
against a
Carolina
pretty
defense.
good Carolina defense. Yep.
Yes. Nick Bosa's got 3 sacks today alone, and
And an interception for a touchdown.
Yes. Yes.
That dude
That's
is
remarkable.
beast. Him and his brother, dude, beast.
Yeah. Yeah, because Joey had a good day today too.
Yeah, he did.
I'm
And
already
Chicago,
looking.
how about Chicago missing another field goal?
Did they lose again?
Chicago
they missed
missed
a
the last
field
second
goal.
field goal to lose.
Field goal.
They missed the last second field goal, wide left.
Dude, I was so out of the loop today. I was like, as soon as I saw the Bills, like I was watching the Bills, I wasn't even on Reds. I just shut everything down.
I could tell by your fantasy lineup. You got a winning record.
I
dude.
know. I had
You
Zeke in there. I just saw it, dude. I'm having a lousy year fantasy wise in both leagues. So it's like,
All right. You were actually in a winning record, 4-3.
You got you were leading the league.
You're in the playoff hunt.
nice. I'm gonna fail miserably.
Well, I guess he's just mentally
Get up,
desperate.
man.
Bro, dude, there's like a million things going on, and then on top of it, we just had an election up here, so I had to deal with 2 days of the West is separating from the rest of Canada talk.
Right.
Oh, my son's been fucking up with his fantasy lineups too, but that's because he got married. He got no time to check this shit no more.
Well, it's strange that Scooter, you and I were talking about the tornadoes that were just outside Tampa on last week's show, and then that night, Sunday night,
Dallas got hit hard.
We had one come up about 30 miles east of me, and we didn't get anything but a little bit of wind and rain, and they got torn up. I mean, it was serious.
They got hit by an F3. The one that actually hit here, I was talking about to you guys. I said in the show it was an F0. Actually, it was re-rated to an F2.
F2, so, wow.
Yeah, and those are rare in Florida. You don't get F2s in Florida.
Yeah.
I think the one that hit Dallas was F3, if I'm not mistaken.
F3. We had several F1s and 1 or 2 F0s.
Yeah.
It was actually I think now the count was 10 tornadoes in the area east of us.
Wow.
And
they played a football game in the middle of all of it.
I know, yeah, they were absolutely oblivious to it, I guess.
What's worse? That
not a single mention.
What's worse? What's worse, those tornadoes or the 600 fires burning in California?
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's that going on too.
I would hate to live in the difference.
But yeah, they played a football game at Texas Stadium, and they were oblivious.
Yeah, they were here in Arlington, and no one ever said a word to them. Our NBC.
Well, they were playing in the AT&T Center, right?
Well, AT&T, yeah,
AT&T
but I call
Stadium,
it's Texas Stadium.
Well, it's Jerry. It's actually Jerry World, but
it's Jerry World. Yeah,
World.
Jerry's mausoleum.
Yep.
They're gonna bury him in that building.
Yep. Oh, now we are getting the New England-Cleveland game. It looks like we're getting a little bit of weather too, doesn't it?
It's been raining.
Raining all day.
Raining all day.
Did you see the weather in Michigan last night? Kenny?
Yes, I did.
It's like that in New England today.
I see. Yes, I rather enjoyed that game last night.
I'm sure you did.
It will be the last.
Okay, I
It will be the last
I
time I
enjoyed
get to see Michigan
I enjoyed the beatdown that the Buckeyes put on Wisconsin too.
Yeah,
And that was a beatdown.
it was. Second half was anyway. It was a pretty close game at halftime, but they took over.
All y'all just being set up for Alabama.
Tell you what, Alabama is not the number one team in the country right now, and
It doesn't matter, dude.
The
It
number
matters
one
what
team-
happens.
You're not
The
the
number one team in the
in
country
Mexico
is-
anymore either.
The number one team in
See
the country is in Columbus right now. They're an overall put together from front to back complete team. They dominated Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's got the best defense in the country.
Did you see the AP poll that came out today?
Yeah, they got LSU number one.
LSU
Look.
number 1, Alabama 2, and
Homer.
Ohio State 3, and
Yeah, I
8
saw
points
that.
separating the 3.
Yeah,
I want to hear shit, Homer. Y'all still got to beat Alabama.
well, we'll do that in the playoff. Thank you.
Yeah,
We'll take care of that in
that'll
the
be
playoffs.
down,
get here.
down the stretch.
How's Clemson doing?
Wisconsin was the only team on that schedule this year Kenny I was worried about. I'm not worried about Penn State because it's in the horseshoe. And I sure as heck I'm not worried about Michigan. I'm sorry. Because Jim Harbaugh cannot beat Ohio State.
There's no point in worrying about Michigan, so don't worry about that. But I'll tell you the team I'm getting impressed with is Minnesota.
How about the 8-0?
Minnesota and Wisconsin's gone now, so
Yeah.
Minnesota's is
Oh,
pretty much
shit. They got my record.
No, don't start with your fantasy record.
They got my record. 8-0.
You and your
No.
fantasy record.
Did you see that message that Jamal posted?
Yes, I did. Yes, that Jamal posted about your record that someone needs to beat him before he gets to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's
I
right.
got news for Jamal. Jamal, you're about to get destroyed next week, dude.
Mm.
Destroyed. I won by 80-something points today.
Wow. Ugh.
So, but I think my toughest week is going to be week 12.
Again.
Because that's when I got 4 guys off on a bye.
Oh, okay. You've managed before, Elliot.
Oh, I'm sure I'll manage. I just, The only thing is that nobody reaches out to anybody for trades, man. What's that all about?
I'm not big on trades.
One of the last years I played fantasy, it's been about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
There were next to no trades at all season long. I mean,
I'm not big on trades. I mean,
Because people overvalue positions. I got a guy in a league that I play with. I've been playing with him for like a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
He puts running backs. Now, yes, running backs are the valuable position, but he doesn't understand the value of a wide receiver. He tries to throw me middle tier guys for like my top tier running backs, and like for his top tier running backs, I'm like, listen, dude, I'm like, I this is how I look at it. Running backs can get hot or they cannot. Like you have your Ezekiel Elliott's, you have your Saquon Barkley's, like that's your go-tos, right? But like he puts this massive stock on a guy like Derrick Henry, right? It's like
What?
Yeah, he puts this huge stock, and he's trying to tell me, like, I was going to do a trade with him before. I was literally going to trade him, and he had a couple other pieces that I wanted. I was going to give him Julio Jones. He did not value Julio Jones as much as Derrick Henry. And he's like, oh, look at Julio had one shitty game. I was like, you don't understand. Julio Jones will get you 20 to 30 points almost every week.
Just about.
And it's harder to pick the wide receivers that will do that.
Yes.
A running back is thrown on the dartboard, and they might have a great week, they might not have.
Right.
But wide receivers have relationships with the quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks always go to those guys. So the guys like DeAndre
and the running backs that can catch out of the backfield.
Yes.
Yeah, But see, so he puts this massive value on running backs, not top tier guys, but middle of the road guys like Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Well,
Derrick Henry's a one-horse pony, dude.
He is, and this is why you draft AJ Green when he's healthy, even though he plays on the Bengals, because AJ Green is going to get you points as a wide receiver,
and he's going to be half the season rested.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I hope he gets traded to the Buffalo Bills. It won't happen.
He might get traded.
AJ may be on the
They're
block.
so stubborn, bro. Dude, teams have been calling the freaking Texans for
For
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh, now that you mentioned Hopkins, let me give you an example of why people don't succeed in fantasy football. First, because they don't like trading, and second, because they don't use the waiver wire properly. This past week, I offered Snuff Your Muff. Okay, I offered him for D Hopkins. I offered him George Kittle and Tevin Coleman, and he turned me down.
Oh my God!
Those guys scored over 50 points today, and Hop didn't even have 10.
Wow!
But because you're running on that name of Hopkins,
right?
That's why a lot of people don't win. Is because they put their lineups in by name recognition.
They do. It's names and it's emotions, and they think that they've got the better guy. And then they don't play the positions. And it's like, this is why I don't even offer trades anymore, because I would offer, dude, I had this amazing trade lined up earlier in the season. It was great. We actually both won the trade. I needed some running back help. He needed wide receivers. It was a great trade. But because of names, just like you said, Elliot, it's because of names and people don't want to make that call. It's like, dude, I'm going to be 2-6 in this league I'm in. I'm open for business, man. Like if you are interested in getting some wins and going for your run, I'm not going to win this year, so let's do it.
More power to you.
Yeah. But I am open.
I'm just saying,
so
too many people.
Let me know.
You know why that guy didn't take Kittle and Coleman? And he's a 49ers fan. Okay?
He didn't take Kittles and Coleman.
And he didn't take Kittles and Coleman because he wanted to hang on to D-Hop.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You see, because D-Hop has the name recognition. Yeah, in love with a wideout when he could have had a solid running back and a solid tight end.
See, in my one league, I can make the moves because I got positions everywhere. I just had really bad luck the first couple of weeks. But the Sports Nerd League, it's like I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. The IDP shit screwed me up, man. Not the ID, like that shit just it's totally messed me up. Like I don't know. And the double flex.
It's pretty simple. I mean, see, you have to have a strategy when it comes to IDPs. I noticed that a lot of people put IDPs in reserve. Why? I noticed a lot of people try to trade IDPs. You don't trade IDPs. There's
like
too many of them available.
No, when one's on a bye, when one's on a bye, you drop one player and grab another one. You float them almost every week.
Well, it's like everybody's afraid to let go of a name.
It doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you look at my lineup, I've had different IDPs all season.
I had Garrett on my team. He was on a bye. I dropped him and picked somebody else up. I dropped Garrett.
Yeah. You got to.
You know?
You don't hold on to IDPs. Let's put it that way. There's too many on the waiver wire.
I mean, Garrett's a great lineman, but there's other great linemen available too that you can pick up and can get points for you. So, I mean, that's
all you got to do is go use the tools that you're given.
Yeah.
This NFL.com gives you the tools to figure out who you should be playing and not playing. If you don't use the tools, then you're just a fool. Because you can't win.
Right.
Fair enough.
Wait a minute. Let me write that down.
You retired, Kenny. Don't bother.
I'm just saying, you got to use those tools. Every week, any chance I get, I look on the waiver wire to see who's on there that might be interesting. And I've gotten some pretty interesting players in the process.
Yeah.
Well,
I got a running back that scored almost 40 points today on my bench.
If you've got cable or sports radio, there's no shortage of fantasy shows.
Advice. Yeah, I know. It's overwhelming. Yes. I mean, John listens to fantasy football on XM, Sirius XM all the time. So yeah, I mean, it's out there.
I watch NFL Fantasy Live every day on the NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watch ESPN Fantasy Football Now on Sundays. So
the late
I try to keep in the know.
The late games we got Tennessee beating. I'm sorry. Late games, where are they at? Houston beat Oakland, 51-13 over Carolina. San Francisco. Holy cow!
Hey, you know the sad part about Latavius Murray?
What's that?
Alvin Kamara's coming back next week.
Yes, he is.
Oh
I
no,
know.
the week after. The week after the
They're
bye.
on a bye. They're on bye this week, so I gotta be careful with my lineup this week.
What were Garoppolo's numbers today?
Garoppolo.
It's like now, I'm perfect with having Coleman because now I can move Eckler out of my starting lineup.
Gotcha.
He's being devoured by Gordon.
Well,
They're
Gordon's on
splitting
the block too because Gordon's gonna be traded. LA wants to trade him too.
Yeah, I actually think Austin Eckler's a better running back than him.
I think he is too.
J.J. Watt's done for the year.
What happened?
What happened now?
Torn pec.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be wild.
He'll have a full MRI to determine the full extent, but that's Rappaport just tweeted it.
And Seattle lost its starting center too to I think a torn ACL today too.
Torn ACL. Yep.
Yep.
Jason.
Kenny, you asked about Garoppolo. He was 18 of 22 for 175 yards and threw 2 touchdowns. But they still won.
And you had him on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Did you play him
on the bench? That's all right. Not yet, but Minshew outscored him, so that's why I had Minshew.
Killed him,
yeah,
dude.
big shout out to Jacksonville. Thank you
Yes.
for beating the Jets.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Okay, so why do you have 3 quarterbacks?
I actually have 4
Why?
because I was shuffling quarterbacks with Breeze on being out. I need to make some changes this week with my quarterbacks.
You're gonna need to find a team that doesn't have a
Breeze
quarterback.
Breeze is on a bye this week, so I'm going to hang on to Minshew and Garoppolo, and I got to get rid of.
You know what? I bet you could get some good players if you traded Minshew to somebody who needs a quarterback. Come on. But you got to be willing to trade, so I guess not.
I mean, Tevin Coleman had 105 yards and 3 touchdowns today.
Mm-hmm.
Kittle had 86 yards, 6 receptions for 86 yards. He did not score, but he had a decent day. He was their number 1 receiver today. But yeah, I mean, Tevin Coleman went off.
Kevin Coleman, he is now going to take Austin Eckler's place in my lineup.
So
And
what?
I'm gonna try to trade Eckler.
John, what were you saying?
I heard a chuckle.
Have you guys seen this video
No, what?
of the robot
Doing what?
shooting guns?
No, God. People are so stupid. Yeah, people are stupid.
Bro, it's terrifying. This they got this robot. They got him on a gun range. They go and give him a 9mm, and the guy just he starts shooting it, hitting the target perfectly. We're done. We're finished. Like 50 years from now, we're done.
Yeah, I mean,
We're out of here,
yeah,
man.
the Terminator's going to come true.
Thanks for life.
Yeah,
We're
the Terminator's going to come true.
Bro, we're done. We're finished. And then they're hitting it with like baseball bats and stuff and pushing it down, and it gets up and still shoots the target. We're finished. We're done.
Yeah, we're done as a species.
We're all finished.
We are the creators of our own demise.
Yeah,
We are. That's a fact.
Um,
And remember,
I stand corrected. I only won by 81,
people.
not 86.
that Denver Indianapolis game was ugly. I mean,
It
ugly,
was.
bad.
Even Vinatieri looked ugly.
Vinatieri missed his first field goal, but hey, tell you what, he made the one that counted at the end of the game, but still.
But he also missed the extra point that required
Yeah.
that they make that one at the end of the game.
you should have heard, like, because I listen to fantasy football, and they go like, field surfing, right? They go from play to play to play, like Red Zone, but for radio.
Yeah.
And you should have heard the Colts announcers when Vinatieri hit it, like he was the second coming, man.
Well, he is a walk-in Hall of Famer first.
Yeah,
ballot.
but like he just like Elliot said, he missed this and this and this and that, and it's just like, dude, the guy's like 1,000 years old.
46.
Like,
And this
he's
is,
good
I'm feeling this.
back
Will
in
be
the
Well,
day.
he's got nothing but gray hair now, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, same with you see Mason Crosby, man. Mason Crosby looks like he's grandpa.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing of these kickers. They can play until they're 1,000.
They look like Brett
Blanda
Favre
played till he
does
was
now.
50.
Vinatieri will be. This is it for him.
Blanda played till he was 50, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he, Kenny?
close. He was like 47, 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Deshaun Watson had 8.25 points at the half and finished with 30.55.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage.
Did you see that last touchdown pass he threw?
No.
You need to watch it.
Which-
It's
which one?
amazing. The winning touchdown
three of
pass they had.
He had three of them.
The
last one?
The last one that won the game for them.
Oh, the Darren Fells one?
The what?
The Darren Fells one? The one he threw to the tight end in the end zone?
Yeah. When he's falling,
Yeah,
falling
where
forward,
he
he's about to
escaped?
get sacked.
He
was about to get
escaped from
sacked.
that sack?
Yes, that's the one.
That's an impressive play. I keep telling
That
people,
was impressive.
right now, I think, aside from Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson's probably the best quarterback in the NFL.
He is definitely one of them. He is more than in the conversation.
Oh, hell yeah. He's got to be top 5 at least.
Yeah, he is amazing. He's showing what he had at Clemson definitely now.
Yep.
So
He rolled his game from college to pro. No problem.
Yeah, it was he where is it? It was only a 9-yard touchdown pass, but he was on the run if I remember correctly, wasn't he?
yes,
Yeah, he almost got stacked.
he got
Then he had
poked
to
in the eye
stay.
too.
Yeah.
He got poked in the eye on the way down or starting down.
Yep.
Still
Look at
threw it.
Coleman.
Hey, NBA's back.
He said
Is
NBA's
it?
back. Oh.
Waller. He didn't
We
do
would
that
be
good.
3-0, except that the officials in the NBA still to this day give the Toronto Raptors absolutely no respect. That game against Boston on Friday night was a freaking disaster.
It's got to be a Canadian thing, man.
Oh, dude, they hate the Raptors, man. They hate, like, the whole league has shit on the Raptors. Like, Pascal Siakam is going to be the freaking second coming of, like,
Beast.
dude, he's Kevin Garnett times 1,000, you know? And
Mhm.
no one gives him anything. Fred VanVleet is, like, the next, like, dude, I don't even know who you compare him to, man. He's
Right.
his own little beast, man. No
Van
respect.
Vliet is, yeah, he's
OG
definitely.
Anunoby,
Yeah.
you see the block party?
Yeah.
He got 3 blocks yesterday, like destroying dudes at the rim yesterday. No respect. It's
I remember him in
typical.
college, and I was wondering what kind of a pro he was going to be, and now we're finding out.
Who's that?
The touchdown montage.
Complete.
Oh, Van Vliet, yeah.
Yeah.
Brett wants to know how old Warren Moon was when he stopped playing. Wasn't he like 43, 44 when he stopped playing, Kenny?
Did he go to the CFL first or after?
Who's
Nah,
that?
that'd be first.
I didn't hear you. Who?
Warren
Warren
Moon, wasn't he in his mid to late
Oh.
40s?
Warren was in his early 40s, 41, 42, something like
Okay.
that. Maybe 43.
Of course, the rumor going
Didn't
around
George
is
Blanda play till he was 90?
50, almost 50, 47,
Almost.
48, something like that.
Yeah.
The rumor is that Brady will not re-sign with the Patriots at the end of the year. He might go somewhere else.
Yeah,
I
poor
doubt
kid.
that very seriously.
Yeah, I know.
I very seriously doubt that.
Don't see him.
He is
That's
the
called
king.
retirement.
He is the king of the New England area, okay?
Dude, they make statues of this guy, man. Like,
Yes.
like
Exactly.
he will turn straight men gay in New England. Like,
Wayne Lynch is in the house, and shout out to Wayne Lynch. Congratulations on your Niners being still undefeated after week 8.
Wayne, what's up, man?
hey, Niners,
Go
yeah.
Niners!
Go Niners. It's your birthday.
Yeah, Jamal needs to do better than 125 points if he wants to beat.
Yeah, I think it's a given, Elliot.
Dude, I don't know what Elliot is like having like wrestling matches.
What are you doing with your phone, Elliot? You're just moving around. We're getting the nickel tour of your bedroom. It looks like, or your
It was
computer,
awesome,
whatever
man.
it is.
It looked like it was in your pocket, and you just like you're walking around.
Hey,
I was trying to show y'all guys the inside of my pocket. There ain't
you
shit
go.
there.
Okay, man. We saw the lint. Don't worry. We saw
Yeah.
Plenty of that. I got plenty of that.
Dude, if you remember, all of us that have had children in our lives, I went digging in my pockets the other day, and I forgot that I had one of his snacks was in the bottom of the pocket, and it
Oh, yes.
crumbled, and it went
great.
everywhere.
Oh
was
no!
beautiful. It was a beautiful thing.
And there's
Awesome.
Bob the beer man.
Oh, here comes Mr.
Bob, the beer man.
Dude, he's changed his office, I think.
No.
Got a haircut too.
No?
No, it's the same. Hi,
The
Bob.
same.
You got a haircut, Bob?
So the big question is,
Looking awful
Bob, did you
tight.
go talk to a new girl this week?
I had a date today.
Oh, hey-oh.
That's why he's late.
And that's why he's got a nice shirt on.
That's why he's got the nice
that's why
shirt
I'm dressed
on.
up, but I was screwing
No
around.
hat.
That's why I'm late.
Because I had a date.
You had a date to remember. That's
125 ain't going to cut it, Jamal.
Did you get a haircut, Bob?
No, it's actually long.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bob!
it's long.
Never
It's
seen
longer
you
than
got
he
a
likes.
To me,
as long as
Bob.
you got hair, dude. Some of us aren't as blessed, okay?
looks like one of those Ford Hood.
Hey, Bob. Bob,
haircuts.
weren't you the last guy to register a win in the league?
Look at this. This is depressing.
I think I
when
was.
the hell did I get old?
And now you're 4-4.
I was born
Yeah.
old.
So what happens
But
when
that's
I went
all- all
4
my hair
5?
left.
I started out 1 and 3 anyway.
Right, Katie. No, he's
You
not
were
going
0
to
and 3,
get
and then you
for us. You're right.
and then you won one.
What?
Yeah.
Katie says he certainly didn't get dressed up for us. So yeah.
Oh
Yeah, you know that.
well.
So, what else we got?
Better.
No, it's up to you, man. Whatever floats your boat,
Just
bro.
giving you
Like
shit,
whatever you're
Bob. Don't worry about
comfortable
it.
in. Who cares? Yeah, no hat, don't matter.
You guys have
I mean,
better
you know,
win
let's-
tomorrow night.
Let's just cross our fingers for the Steelers winning tomorrow,
Yeah.
Keep in Miami unbeaten
please.
Winless.
Yes.
or winless. Excuse me.
Unbeaten happened back in the 70s.
0.
I am scared.
And you get your boy back tomorrow night too, don't you?
The what?
Mason.
You get your quarterback back tomorrow night too.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's on my bench right now.
He says he's
Mason
coming
Rudolph?
back tomorrow. He's going to play tomorrow night. He's going to be looking for contact, looking to get hit. Okay.
Mm.
Careful what you wish for. Then again, it is Miami, so it's
Mason Rudolph is going to go off, dude. Trust
yeah.
me. And when he does, I'm trading him.
Of course you are.
Is that game in Three Rivers or South Beach?
Three Rivers.
That isn't. It'd be in Heinz Field.
Hinesfield. Okay.
Yes. And Katie says, "Congrats to you, Ken. Happy anniversary." This day in 2004, the Red Sox won their first World Series
Yes.
since
they
2000, since 19
did.
in
Thank
86
you,
years.
Katie.
Yes.
Yes. My palm
15 years
prints
ago
are still on the ceiling up here. I kid you not. I jumped that high. I placed them right there on the ceiling.
First World Series championship in 86 years, and it was 15 years ago tonight.
15 years ago tonight.
I know that feeling. You want to know why?
Yes.
Because
No,
Toronto has
honestly, I know that feeling that you went through, and when that was for me, Game 7,
Yes.
Raptors corner.
Running the clock out.
No, Kawhi Leonard with that shot.
Mm.
That shot,
Yeah.
like I jumped so high, I'm pretty sure my head hit the ceiling. Like it was insane.
Which one?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
One
That is
Kawhi.
against Philly.
10
against
seconds
Philly
left.
with that shot in the corner, man.
Over
that
Embiid?
That was the
Over
that was
Embiid,
the
man.
Eastern Conference Finals, wasn't it, John?
No.
No.
Eastern Conference Finals, they played Milwaukee.
That was the
Okay,
divisional.
so it
That
was
was
the
the
Eastern
divisional.
Conference division. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
Because if he didn't hit that, who knows what happens? But
right.
he hit that, and
That was a great shot because of what was going on between the time he released it and the time it went in. He was sitting down just squatting.
Yeah.
on
oh,
the
but
ground.
it was over Embiid. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
And like Simmons totally gave up on the play, so it was
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
it was
He was
beautiful.
like this.
Yeah,
It seemed like
it
the
was
ball
like
just
3 or
went
4 times. But yeah, that
It's a-
feeling, man, that of
It
actually
hit the rim
like,
4 times. It
anyways,
hit the rim
Total
4 times
execution.
before it went in.
yeah.
That's destiny. That's the definite definition of
And
destiny.
then Katie comes back and says this, Kenny. It's so satisfying to her that I actually had to read that to you. as much of a Red Sox hater as I am. I actually had to.
Well, that's something me and Scott share.
Well, if you ever get a chance, man, definitely go see a game in Fenway. It's a freaking amazing experience.
Well, that's a bucket list item. Just like going.
I've been a couple times, man.
Just like going to Wrigley is a bucket list item too. I mean, Wrigley, Lambeau Field, and all the great stadiums. I mean, yes, that's a bucket list item.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Lambeau,
but you never know.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It really is. Definitely an experience.
From the time you get to the area and start smelling the sausages and the onions,
the hot dogs, the sausages.
Yeah.
And
then just walk in and go, wow.
That being said, don't try to go to one of the sports bars if you do not have your Canadian passport, because they won't let you in unless you have it.
Really?
Fun fact. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll
Don't you remember the Larry Dame story with me and him?
No.
Well, we went and we were there before the game and we're like, I was with my kid too, and we're like, let's just go get some food or whatever. And we went to, there's like if you go to like Fenway, there's just places everywhere around it. Like it's just this massive smorgasbord of wherever you want to eat. So we go to one place and they're totally packed. We can't get in. We're like, okay, we'll go to this other one. Go to the other one. This jackhole of a bouncer sitting there, Mr. Roid Monkey, no neck, like, I'll kill you all.
Head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders. We go in. I'm with my kid, and we're going in. It's not even to drink. We're just going in to get something to eat or whatever. Well, where's your ID? So I have my driver's license. I'm like 35, right? I'm not like a kid. I'm 35, 36 years old. Well, you're Canadian. You need your passport. I'm like, excuse me? I need my what? He's like, yeah, to get in, it's the laws of Massachusetts. You need your passport to get in here to get drinking alcohol. I'm like, dude, I'm with my child. I'm going in to get a burger. No, you can't come in. He literally kicked us out. We were not allowed to go. And this was some sports bar right around the corner from Fenway. And Jen remembers it.
There you go. Gotta love them New Englanders.
Oh, it's fantastic, man. Massachusetts, man, wicked pisser. So that's when I started screaming. I was like, yeah, wicked pisser. Let's go. Just mad at him, in front of my kid. I was like, yeah, great.
Welcome to New England. / Boston.
Never go up there.
It's a great place. It's
a great place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there.
Fantastic. Ballpark.
Not in the wintertime, no.
Like, on the premises, it's an amazing experience.
Wintertime, no thank you.
Dude, if you walk, like, there's something about walking in. So you're going into Fenway, and you walk in and you see the green monster. It's one thing to see it and then all the Kitco signs and everything behind it. It's one thing to see it on TV. But when you're there in person, it's just like, this place really exists.
Right.
Wow. It's pretty cool, man. And again, I'm not a Sox fan. But,
It was almost like the scene from Field of Dreams. Is this heaven? Yes, this is Fenway.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. That being said, the seats are horrible, and they were made in the 20s where they're like this big.
That.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes, I will give you that. It is not comfortable.
Yeah,
but
not comfortable.
Having said that, and there's no space between the rows. I mean, you have people walking right in front of you that you literally have to get up off your seat to let them get by and everything.
Yeah.
So yes, it was not
cramped quarters.
But,
yeah.
but just the fact that I'm sitting there in Fenway Park, I'm going.
It's weird, and Elliot's gonna hate this. I'm not trying to disrespect the almighty Yankees, okay? But Yankee Stadium,
people have tried.
Dude, I've been to Yankee Stadium too. It didn't have the same feeling.
The old Yankee Stadium or the new
one? The old Yankee Stadium?
The old one.
You're in the old one, okay.
See, I love the old one because
inside the old Yankee.
Every time the subway went behind it, man.
Every time that stadium would rock, it would literally rock, yo. The fans would go crazy, and you could see the cameras shaking all over the place.
Yeah.
That's what
I peeked inside. I didn't go inside.
The peak of Yankee Stadium is what made it Yankee Stadium.
Well, the new one looks like a big Walmart now. Like, have you seen it, Elliot? Like,
I haven't been there. No.
It's literally like it. You drive
It-
by it, it looks
it's
it's
a
all neon
cavern,
lights and like Vegas. Like it's
Yeah.
It's a cavern.
It is. It does not look anything like the old Yankee Stadium.
No, absolutely not. But it wasn't supposed to.
Mm.
The field on the inside does.
I was hoping it would retain some of that ambiance.
I think
that
the
old
worst
stadium
thing that
has.
they did was put that thing in center field, that restaurant. Because if you're in the left field bleachers, you can't see anything happening in right field, and if you're in the right field bleachers, you can't see anything happening in the left field.
Right.
Mm.
If you're sitting next to that restaurant, so they kind of blew that one.
Yeah. Now they're playing bowl games there. I'm going.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Soccer games, bowl games.
Well, it's the
Yeah.
Pinstripe Bowl, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
Real clever name.
Pinstripes forever, dude.
Pinstripes forever.
I'll be right back and get a refill.
Not for a while.
I'll mute myself.
I gotta get one too.
So you gotta have an off season.
I noticed the other day there was the anniversary of the 2000 World Series that the Yankees beat the Mets.
Yeah.
The last Subway Series.
Wouldn't that be a celebration next year for the 20th year?
Yeah, well, it was the day of.
Oh,
Yeah, next year will be 20 years, yeah. Be 20th anniversary of the last Yankees championship. Or
What's
before
that?
2009.
2009, yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah.
But I mean, with everything that everybody's always complaining about the Yankees, this and that, they've only won one World Series in almost 20 years.
That's it. One time.
They get there. I mean, they get to the
Mhm.
playoffs, but something always happens. It's
Something
almost,
always happens.
you know.
Now the
This year, I think one of the biggest problems when they lost the Domingo Germán to white beating.
yes. Yeah, well they
He was one of their top pitchers.
they had thousands of injuries this year too. And
To make it to where they did,
it's amazing.
amazing is right.
It was amazing.
Because they had over 2,000 games worth of injuries.
Yes.
2,000.
You guys were,
Worth.
I want to say, we're going to shout out to Cookie Carrasco for winning the Roberto Clemente Award today.
Hmm.
Isn't he the one that had cancer?
He's the one that had cancer, yes.
Yes.
Well
deserved.
Well deserved. And you guys were talking about how Stadium rocked. John was talking about it. In fact, 30 years ago this season, I made a trip to Ohio to see my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And managed to get a couple of tickets to a Monday Night Football game with the Browns and the Colts. They were indie at that time still. But the Browns were playing in the old Muni. It was by the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And that stadium fit 80,000 people, and it was filled to the top.
Municipal Stadium.
Yes, the old Municipal Stadium, the Mistake by the Lake.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the columns and that block vision
correct.
to the
yes.
field.
And it was shaped as like a great big C, like the city of Cleveland. It was a great big C. If you look down on top of it, it was a great big C. They were on Monday Night Football. I believe Jeff George was the Colts quarterback. Of course, Bernie Kosar was the Browns quarterback. This is when Eric Dickerson was back in his prime as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he had been traded from the Rams to the Colts.
About
I think it was that year before, one of the two.
That was the original dog pound too.
The original dog pound on the east side of the stadium.
Yep.
And the Browns won the game. And when that stadium gets rocking, you can feel it move. And it was an eerie feeling, but it was great. And I'm glad I got that because that was the only football game my dad and I ever went to. It was a great experience. But that's the old school Browns right there, and the old Municipal Stadium and all that stuff.
Now let's talk about the real old Yankee Stadium.
The one that was built in the 20s.
Yeah, the one that had the scoreboard on the outfield wall in like scoreboard, not what they have now, the freaking sliding cards and all that shit. You know, they had the monuments out in center field, 463 feet, the dead center.
Monument Park.
Yeah, the Valentine beer advertisement.
I'm telling you,
I think
man,
it's
that stadium was
Valentine.
it rocked and rolled, man. How about that one time when the Chicago White Sox had free beer night? Was it that night, or was it Cleveland?
Free beer night.
Free beer night, and they had to cancel the game
Beer
because
night.
I think it
That
was in
was
Cleveland.
Municipal
I
Stadium.
think it was the Indians.
That was
Yeah, I think
Municipal
it was the
Stadium.
Indians.
That was
Was
against the
it the
Rangers in
Indians?
'74.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
Yes.
They freaking gave out
They had a
free
riot
beer,
that night.
Yep.
and there were riots all over the place.
Yep.
And it was a forfeit, 9-0.
Yep.
Yes.
That's the
listened
last
to that
time
game
they
on
ever
radio.
gave away free beer.
Yeah, that was a mistake waiting to happen, don't you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was the week
Especially
after
in
they just had
Cleveland.
the same thing at the Rangers game.
Especially in Cleveland.
Right?
They're rowdy enough as it is out there. Give them free beer.
That was the only disappointment I had in the movie Major League is the fact that they filmed all the Municipal Stadium highlights in old Milwaukee County
It was the old
Stadium.
Milwaukee County Stadium, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't like that
looked
either, but-
absolutely nothing like Municipal
No,
Was
Stadium.
Municipal
nothing like-
Stadium even
nothing
around
like
at that
it.
time?
Huh?
Was Municipal Stadium even around at that time?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Major
Yeah,
League
it was still there.
Major League was
It was 87,
87,
87.
88,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
yeah,
do you know what today was too?
what's that?
Today was I'm trying to find I can't find the tweet right now. but it's,
National Tight End Appreciation Day.
pretty much. Yeah, it was literally I think it's the first time in I don't know whenever, but like every major sport played today.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone.
Football,
That's a rare
baseball,
day.
basketball, and hockey.
All four major sports. Yeah,
All four major sports played.
only happens in October.
Mm.
Yep. And only
Happy
on this
4-day.
weekend.
Happy
But actually, it
sports.
happens in November, too. It happened for the Yankees that one time when they lost to the Diamondbacks in 03. Or 01, excuse me.
I could never get used to baseball in November. It just seems
Yeah.
wrong.
But that
That's-
was because of the 9/11 stuff.
Oh yeah,
That's why that
yeah.
it went out to November because of that.
Yeah, they put everything postponed a week.
Yeah.
For some
I
reason, I'm
need,
trying to remember why.
I need Aaron
But
Jones to go off
2010
tonight.
World Series ended up in November also, and I can't remember why. Nice defense, Bills.
Miles.
Sorry.
He's one of those upcoming fantasy studs.
Who? Saunders?
Miles Sanders, Devin
Sanders,
Singletary,
Saunders, Sanders?
David Montgomery. You see Montgomery today? That boy went off.
No.
I had him on the bench because I was waiting for him to show me something.
Well,
And you're a Bob. You missed my shout out to thanking Drew Brees for coming back to the NFL today. 373 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not bad for being out for 6 weeks and having a bum thumb, huh?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's Drew Brees, okay? Don't make it sound like it's some big reach.
I enjoyed it.
This guy's a Hall of Famer, dude.
He's gonna walk into the Hall of Fame. Yes.
It's kind of like when Brett Favre came out on Monday Night Football when his father died
Oh my God, what a game that was!
Yes.
Holy cow.
and had the greatest game of his fucking
Yeah.
career, dude.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Okay, so
He was a man on a mission that night.
that's what makes you a star.
Yes.
Okay, when you're willing to put everything to the back seat except your job.
God bless you.
That's Yiddish,
Right.
isn't it?
And Aaron Rodgers just went off that night, dude.
No,
I mean,
Favre
Brett
did.
Favre, excuse me.
Or Aaron Rodgers, whichever works.
It doesn't matter. They're all good.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the Bears always lose when they wear those darn orange?
Those orange jerseys need to go away. They're not the Denver Broncos. Get out of here.
They always lose when they try to kick a game-winning field goal. That's
That's true, that too. But it seems like they always lose when they wear orange. And I go, they need to have a bonfire.
why do they wear orange? That's my question. Why?
Why? Nike.
Why don't they stick
Who knows?
with the old regular black? You know what I'm saying?
It's Nike. It's Nike money.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's bullshit.
I'm sure they sell them like
Their
hot
alternate
cakes,
jersey.
you know?
Well, like today, the Patriots played in all blue. I mean, they played in their color rush
Yeah.
jerseys to
Yeah.
uniforms today.
With the blue
Um,
pants, yeah.
And San Francisco played in their throwbacks to the year they won, the one that Steve Young won Super Bowl, back to their explosive numbers,
94.
3D numbers type.
Yeah, 94.
They wore that today. I guess
Yeah.
this was like homecoming week, and they had dressed special uniforms for all the home teams. I don't know, because the Rams even wore their throwbacks today in London, and they were the home team. So,
Mm.
Yeah.
The Rams
I
did-
like the Rams.
You can't.
I like their new ones.
well, the blue and gold, the blue and yellow is the best Rams uniform.
Oh yeah.
No,
That the new
I
Rams
gotta
uniform with the
disagree.
white. I mean, I know the white Ram in logo is old school,
Yeah.
back from the 70s. I
Yeah.
understand that, but
50s,
still, the best
yeah.
Rams uniform was that one from the 80s and the 90s when they were. It was blue and yellow. Love it.
I
we'll have
agree
to
with Scott.
disagree on that, 'cause
You
I
get
love
pushback.
the Roman Gabriel uniforms.
You don't think so? You don't like those uniforms, Kenny?
I prefer the Roman Gabriel ones, the white on blue.
The white on
and
the-
The white on blue.
The white on blue.
One blue, yeah. Yeah, no, I like the gold on the shoulders that they're using. That they had those.
Oh,
in
it has
the early.
like the elastic thing on the sleeves. I like those.
Yeah. Those look pretty cool, but I like the white and white.
Well, they can't
Yeah.
grab you by the
But-
sleeves that way.
No, they can't.
That's
They
one
can go
less thing
fly
for them to
right
grab
off.
onto. But yeah, I think they do a little too much finagling with the freaking uniform.
Well, that's you know what? That's University of Oregon
That's
effect.
marketing. That's all marketing by Nike.
It all stems from the University of Oregon and the 25,000 different.
Oregon started that bullshit.
Yes, they did.
Hmm.
And Nike got involved, and they started making color rush uniforms for all the NFL teams, like the neon green for Seattle and the all gold for LA and all that stuff. And it's all marketing. It's all trying to sell more jerseys and more merchandise.
Some of those color rush ones are sharp, and some of them are awful.
Some of them are
Yeah,
awful.
some of them are putrid.
Yes.
Like the ones that have white with white letters. And just a little dark outline.
You talking about Dallas's uniforms? Yeah, I think isn't that Dallas?
You couldn't
doing that?
see shit. You couldn't see a fucking
think-
number on them guys.
It's all white
Yeah.
from head to toe. I mean, it's almost as bad as their Thanksgiving uniforms. I hate those jerseys, Kenny. The Thanksgiving jerseys that they wore for
They're
years.
not one of my favorites either.
Yeah.
They're not one of my favorites either.
It's
No.
all about the corporate
No,
money.
this is why I don't like Nike.
Yeah.
And they've tried to take over sports across the board, and whatever they say, the sport leagues just eat it up. And
Well, it used to be Champion had a monopoly on
Champion had it for
professional sports.
years.
Yeah, Champion
Yeah.
had a monopoly on uniforms for years.
Oh, hold up.
My,
Wow.
uh,
What's her name is on? Carrie Underwood.
I don't even have my TV on, so
Elliot's
His
ahead
team's
of me.
tomorrow night, so he's not.
He's not caring about. He doesn't care about tonight. He cares about tomorrow night.
Right.
But then again, he doesn't get to see Carrie tomorrow night either. But that's okay.
Did we lose John?
No, he's still here. He's just not partaking because he's waiting for for a topic to come up that he wants to discuss.
Yeah. I got
Must be
kicked
time
off.
for baseball. No.
I got kicked off the link, and I came back, and all of a sudden, instead of 5, there's now back down to 4. And
Nope. Still got John. I'm still seeing 5. I
right.
did see you drop. I mean, you move. You did see you drop and come back, but we still got 5.
okay,
Yeah.
Do you
mine-
hear me now?
John and
yeah, I see you now. Okay.
John and Stan get 5.
I'm just waiting to stir the pot.
Oh yeah, you gonna stir? You're gonna stir, John? Go ahead.
What are you
stir.
stirring?
There was massive news last week, but it's a sport that you refuse to acknowledge. So I don't know if we should
Would that be
talk about it.
soccer,
No,
basketball,
no,
Hockey?
no.
hockey?
Basketball?
Water
Keep
polo.
guessing. We'll play guessing games.
Rugby?
No.
Cricket.
Even though the Rugby World Cup is going on right now.
Yes, I do. I do know that. I have BBC. I have BBC.
Canadian
News on my-
football.
Yeah, no,
I believe
close, yeah.
New Zealand beat it. We lost to England.
I have BBC News on my Twitter feed, so I get some of the rugby stuff
Yeah.
too because
So it's actually the biggest sports organization on the planet these days,
FIFA.
and we don't talk about it.
FIFA.
Soccer?
No,
Oh, esports.
esports,
Oh.
Well,
esports.
See, I'm not. I'm no longer a gamer, so I don't follow.
Yeah, what the fuck is esports?
It's called electronic sports.
Yeah, I know.
Video games. So,
EA.
so what would you like to talk about? What happened? What was the big announcement last week, John?
The massive news last week was that not only a couple of months ago did Ninja join Mixer, Shroud joined Mixer.
So
This past
Ninja,
week.
so Ninja and Shroud, this I know, are big time gamers, and they make millions of dollars just playing video games every year. I know
Yes.
that. I know those
Yes.
names.
And they were on Twitch. Twitch was the big live streaming thing
Right.
that did all the tournaments and whatnot.
Right.
They've moved over to Mixer now.
Which is
Mixer.
is it associated with Steam?
No. It's associated with Microsoft.
Okay.
This is, I mean, for you guys, a lot of people, it doesn't like, it's not big news. Like you guys, like whatever. But at one point, he had like 285,000 people watching him play like Fortnite on like at once. And this is when I knew that this is going to be the future. And this is what's funny to me. My nephew was sitting on his iPad last week watching game streaming. That's what this kid is like 6 years old.
Yeah.
This is the future,
son-
man. This is
My
where these
son
kids are going to
watches
go.
it, yep.
This
My
is where these
son
kids are
watches
going.
it all the time.
It's crazy.
He's constant-
And you wouldn't think it. Like, who would watch someone play video games? But dudes do it because this is the thing. They think that the more they watch these pros play, the better
they're going to get. Yeah, they don't understand. It's all on how you on the reaction. It's how you use the control, and they don't see how they're using.
Dude, like these guys, like some of these teams are hardcore, man. Like what happens is the manager or the team owner will buy a house that the guys will live in together, and they train and game together in one room, like 7 days of the week to compete for these tournaments. And these tournaments are not like $5,000 in a trip to Chuck E. Cheese.
Right, they're big time money.
It's millions of dollars that these kids are competing for.
You
And
know,
I'm
we're-
sitting there going, man, do I want my kids?
That's
You
what
know
my
what
kid's
the
doing.
largest-
He's playing
you know what
video
the
games and watching Twitch right now.
Bro, I am. I'm spamming. I'm spamming the chat. I don't care what our good friend Scott says. But that's my Mixer channel right there. I game every night. That being said, I have 60 followers.
Right.
I'm not Shroud material.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying to my buddies. This will be hilarious. An old 42-year-old, my life is over, dude, okay? Gaming and beating the crap out of these teenagers, and it's hilarious. And I think that's a great angle to take.
Sure.
I think it'll be freaking hilarious.
Well, let me ask you this, John. I am curious. How do they make this money? I mean, but how do they make money just playing video games? Is it just
Sponsors.
Well, there's sponsorships you get. You can if you become a partner, they share the revenue in you, right? Big ad revenue from these things. But there's also things where the subscribers will support the person who's streaming. So you get subscriptions. So there's these things. And me and Jen it's funny, Jen's here. We were actually trying to figure this out a couple of weeks ago, how it works. But if you can give people rewards while they're gaming, and they get a share of that.
Oh, wow.
So if you subscribe or you become a subscriber to that person, Twitch or Mixer will share with the revenue with the streamer. So these kids, they may not be Shroud or Ninja, but there's some guys that got 10,000 followers that are sitting at their home making $10,000 a month from their Twitch and Mixer things. Like,
Guess what, John?
Yeah.
I live in Arlington. Arlington Convention Center is part of the entertainment area around where the ballpark and AT&T Stadium is.
Yep.
The convention center, half of the convention center was bought out by this esports connection and turned into the largest esports stadium in the nation, United States.
Unreal. Yeah.
And that's where we will have the biggest United States tournament. And they have turned it into literally a stadium venue where people are going in paying
to watch.
Oh,
gaming. Yeah.
This is what's funny. So, Ken, like, people hear that and they go like, wait a minute, a stadium?
Yes.
So check this out. Last year, I was, I don't know if you remember, Scott, I was out in BC. I was working with my buddy for a couple of weeks,
yes,
right?
I remember that,
and we spent a couple of days in Vancouver. And he's like, dude, check this out. There was this big gaming tournament going on. And they were hosting it at the arena where the Canucks play. Or no, not where the Canucks play, sorry, where the BC Lions play. So this is like 60,000 seat.
It's an outdoor stadium.
GM place, isn't it?
Yeah, GM place, right?
Yeah.
So me and him are like, yeah, man, let's go check it out. It'll be fun to do. Something new. Let's go check it out. Buddy, we go and look for tickets. Sold out. The shit was sold out 6 months previous.
Holy cow.
And this is some game I've never even heard of. It's some super nerd game, you know?
I have no idea what they're playing, but
it's crazy. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, what an opportunity. You know, like there's opportunity there. I mean, yeah, it might have
absolutely unreal.
It might have already came, and there might like the Optic Gamings of the world have become this massive brand, and Shroud and Ninja, and they're there. But after Gretzky came Mario. After Mario came Sidney. You know what I mean? After Sidney came Connor. There's always this is the birth of something. So I know this is the Sports Nerd Show, but I'm just saying it's something to maybe, you know, Scott, if you want to like, you know, get more than 5 viewers, you know what I mean? We can branch out. I'm not saying we know it all, but I think it'd be funny to talk shit about it because that's what I'm going to do because I'm an old guy and
after we sign off here. After we sign off here.
Elliot, you all right? Elliot, you all right?
Yeah.
He's been sick all week, guys. So bear with him here. He's been sick all week. He got sick on the way home from Arizona. He's been sick all week.
If you get a chance, John, after we sign off here, Google Arlington Convention Center and then the link to that esports stadium and just have a look at it because it is incredible.
I'm going to check it right now.
It is amazing, unbelievable. We had a convention there.
Well, John, I definitely would like to look into it. Okay, but that's a discussion you and I can have offline.
Well, I know nothing about it. Like I got a buddy, the guy I do with every night, who's diehard into the professional stuff. Like he follows it like all the. It's big shit. Like it's not. This isn't like a bunch of like little nerds talking crap. Like this is. They have color commentators for this shit. I kid you not.
They do.
I kid you not. So I'm just saying, it's something that, you know.
They do play-by-play too.
They do play-by-play. They do color commentary, play-by-play.
Yeah. ESPN.
They have terms for the different maps, like how people rush, how they camp when they're playing. And now that Call of Duty came out last week, the new Call of Duty, dude, it's gonna go from here to like another level in the next couple of weeks.
I've seen gameplay from Call of Duty on the commercials. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. I've been playing it all weekend. That's what as soon as I shut down here, I'm going to go play it tonight. So that's why I threw the link out if any of you other nerds want to watch me later tonight. You know? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I need to get with you after the show, John, about something too. Okay, I just want to let you know that. So before don't just
I'm always
drop out. I want to get with you after the show. Okay.
By the way, John, I'm following you on Twitter now.
John's a good follow on Twitter, Kenny. He's a really good follow on Twitter.
I'm following him now. Yeah.
Well,
you're going to get a lot of spam about business and about Steam and about the blockchain, but he's still a good follow because every once in a while he'll come up with, especially on Sundays, he has some good quips about how he's feeling about his Buffalo Bills too.
Yeah, every Sunday you get, you know, I calmed it down on Twitter today because I was really weird today. I saw it and I was just like, I could overreact and say this and that and this on Twitter. I was like, no, you know what? I'm just going to put it on Facebook. They made me consider drinking again.
Yes, they did.
They really did.
I hadn't even been on Twitter today.
I was eating hot wings while watching. And then I watched the Oilers get absolutely destroyed to do. Who comes up with hockey at 2 p.m? Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed about the shootout loss or the overtime loss against Nashville last night. Nashville always has our number in Tampa.
At least it was a night game.
Yeah.
Stars have won 3 or 4 in a row now.
So does Columbus, right?
Oh, no, thank you, Elliot. Go fuck yourself.
Columbus does have your number. Yeah. I think the number is 4-0.
Yes, it's 4-0, yes.
Anyways,
Fucking Blue Jackets.
that's my rant for the day. I just thought it's one of those things that I know, and especially like we might not think that it's, you know, and it's kind of like it's a niche thing, right? Like
we laugh it off like it's something the kids do in these days,
right.
but it's actually big business.
But it's huge, and it's taking over. Like we talk about the 4 major sports. Like wait until one of these things has a Super Bowl. Like what Ken just said. I'm looking at this esports stadium. This thing is insane.
Yes, absolutely. That was our convention center.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Tell you what, guys, I need to take a 30. I'll be right back.
All right.
Take a 30-minute or
30
a 30
second.
I was about to say 30-minute, man.
Look, we only got 4 minutes.
I know, damn.
I know, right?
A ding dang do. Oh, look, see in the top of his. That's where his hands went through the roof right there. See that?
Yeah. Looks like one of the places I used to live. But yeah, I know. I understand esports is big, and I'm not trying to downplay it, but that's how, you know, us old guys the guys that are over 40, we look at that and go, yeah, whatever. You know, we played Atari when we were kids. We played, Sega Genesis when we were kids, and
I never stopped.
We remember when PlayStation 1 came out. Okay, some of us still own a PlayStation 2. Hello. Okay, I still own a PS2. Okay,
bro, you should see my Xbox One X that I got, man,
okay.
all nice and shiny.
Dude,
I became a nerd with it. Like I just kept playing.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's really weird. I think my wife, before we had kids, my wife was really into it too. Like she was good too.
Yeah.
Like she kicked ass, dude. Like she played Call of Duty. She was amazing. But then she had kids, and then she looks at me and she's like, "Do you still play games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I stream." Really? I'm like, "Yeah, I can even stream on Steam and make some money." Oh, really? So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to bring it over to Steam again and start.
Okay.
Because we stream on Mixer, but Mixer's not going to pay you until you get a certain level.
Right.
So Steam, at least you can go on like Vim. You can stream on Vim and make some money, right? It might only be $5.
I'm debating.
$10,
I've been looking Hemming and Han about, it's about time I up, because my streaming service is PS View, so it's PlayStation View. So I can get PlayStation View if I get a PlayStation 5. Of course, PlayStation 5 is now coming out.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about, because I like playing Madden, because I liked playing those old school games back in the day. I'm seriously considering getting the console, and I can access the PlayStation Network on PS View through the PlayStation itself as well, like I do with my Roku. But I don't know. I mean, that's a $500 investment. I don't know if I want to pay for that. I don't want to do that or not. So, because I'm not a big gamer. I really was. I mean, back in 99, 2000, 2001, I was a stoner and I played games all the time, but I would play with my buddy, we wouldn't be online. The online gaming wasn't a thing back then. But the online gaming.
That's right there. That's where it hooked me right there. The online gaming.
Really?
Because back then I started playing SOCOM.
Yeah.
And SOCOM was like one of the first online shooters, right? Like on console, not Counter-Strike and all that.
Online gaming blew up with with Final Fantasy. That's
right. See, I was never into RPGs and shit.
Me either. I wasn't either. But I remember my son's mother and her husband were big into Final Fantasy. And that's all they did all day long was play Final Fantasy all the time, and they became hooked. And you tend to lose your sense of reality when you get that hooked on a game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You think?
Well, the biggest games out there are not the shooters. I mean, everybody knows about Fortnite and Call of Duty, but the biggest games out there are things like League of Legends, which is basically Final Fantasy, just an RPG. And that's the one that we were going to go watch in Vancouver, and the thing was sold out for 6 months previous. It was some stupid RPG game. It's like, how boring can you be? I don't want to see a wizard throw castles.
Well, if I were to do an RPG game, I'd probably go to Star Trek Online, do Star Trek.
Yeah, that's another buddy of mine does that.
Okay. Because that's my interest area is
that's what
I like sports. I only play fantasy. I only play sports games.
Or maybe Star Wars, the Old Republic, things of that nature. That that type of genre. I never thought about playing Madden online or, baseball online. I never thought about that. But
Madden's serious online, man.
I know it is.
Madden is big time online. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
huge. So you even get John Madden saying the first down is when the ball goes 10 yards, and a touchdown is when the offense gets it into the defensive zone.
Frank Caliendo does the best John Madden.
Oh yeah.
John Madden.
All right, gentlemen, it's 8:30. Let's close up shop. John, please hang out for just a second. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. We're going to close up for the week. It was nice having the 5 on camera this week. Elliot, I hope you feel better. Get some rest and take some medicine and feel better, please, okay? Bob, best of luck.
I'm about to down some NyQuil right now.
Yep. Best of luck on your personal life there, Bob. I'm glad you had a date today. I was very proud of you. And good luck in your future.
It went well, by the way.
Did it go well? Good. I'm glad. Kenny, always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And everybody, we are the Sports Nerds, and we are out. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.
All right.